Today we're going to have a game show on passive voice in which students from all over Morocco are going to compete each other to show us their skills and if they have understood this lesson. Right. Before moving to the activity, let's have a look at the rules. As you can see, we have here questions from number 1 to number 15. Right. In each question, you win a certain amount of points. Right. So it's divided into 3 parts. Part number 1, part number 2, and part number 3 until you reach the top amount of this game. Right. So without delay, let's do it. We start with the first question. Right. So here we have the teacher collects the exam papers. We have 4 options as you can see. In A, all the exam papers are collected by the teacher. B, all the exam papers is collected by the teacher. C, all the exam papers are collected by the teacher. Or D, all the exam papers are collected by the teacher. So let's have a look at your answers now. All right, so the correct answer here is all the exam papers are collected by the teacher. Is answer A. That's correct. Good, right. You've done good work. Let's go to the second one. Question number 2. I'm sure that all Moroccan students like games, so we have fun, we learn, and we get lots of things from this game. Let's move now to question number 2. The Egyptians built the pyramids. We have question A. The pyramids built by the Egyptians. Option B. The pyramids are built by the Egyptians. C. The pyramids is built by the Egyptians. Or D. The pyramids were built by the Egyptians. So the answer is D. That's correct. Good. So as you can see here, we have the Egyptians built. Here we have the verb, which is in the past, which means that verb to be must be in the past as well. So before moving to the third question, let's have a look at the rule of the passive voice, just to remind you of it. You know, it's composed of 2 things here, 2 main parts. Number 1, we have the past simple, verb to be in the past, plus the past participle of the verbs. And you know, concerning past participle, we have 2 parts there. We have either regular or irregular verbs. Right. Let's move on now, just to give you an idea about the irregular verb and the past participle of regular and irregular verbs. Right. Let's move now to question 3, which is on $300. The students will learn the irregular verbs next class. Right? So this is the answer, the question here. So be careful with the sentence, with the verb, and of course, you have to take that into account when you change that, when you give me the final answer in passive voice. Let's do it. A. The irregular verbs will be learned by the students next class. B. The irregular verbs will be learned by the students next class. C. The irregular verbs be learned by the students next class. D. The irregular verbs will be learned by the students next class. Take your time. Right? So as you can see here, we have we learn. This is the future simple. So the correct answer is A. That's it. That's good. Good job. Right. You've done it well. So it's tough, as you can see now, between all the students who gave me all the answers correct. So 3 out of 3. Good job. Let's continue. Number 4. The storm is causing a lot of damage. Right, just be careful here. A. Option A. A lot of damage is caused by the storm. B. A lot of damage is being caused by the storm. C. A lot of damage is being caused by the storm. And D. A lot of damage is being caused by the storm. Just be careful here, considering the difference between being, B-E-I-N-G, and here, being, B-E-E-N. And let's have a look at the rule here, or at the tense of the verb here. So without delay, let's have a look at the answer. Is B. That's correct. Good job. Right, you've done it well. Okay, I can see that stuff here between all Moroccan students. They've given me all of them the correct answer. Good job. Let's continue now to the milestone, which is the fifth question, which is on $1,000. Romeo and Juliet was written by Shakespeare. Right, I think all of you know this person here, Shakespeare. And of course, the famous play, Romeo and Juliet, which is in fact a romantic play. Right. So, without delay, I give you the choices or the options. Number one, A. Shakespeare has written Romeo and Juliet. B. Shakespeare written Romeo and Juliet. C. Shakespeare was writing Romeo and Juliet. And D. Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet. And be careful considering this question here, because here we have was written, which means we have the passive voice, and you have to change it into active. Use your mind. All right. Ready? Show me your answers. Yeah, that's it. Good job. We have here Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet. Why do you choose wrote here? Well, because here we have here was, and was is in the simple past. It's not like has written or just written. Of course, this one here is not correct, and this one as well is not, which means and the A as well is not correct. So here we have the verb in the past, which means verb to be must be in the simple past as well. So good job then. I think I can see that you have a good idea on the passive voice lesson. Now let's move on. I think as you can see we have finished with the first part of our lesson here, of our game. And of course you've reached the 1,000 milestone stage here, as you can see. Congratulations there. Good job. Right. Now let's move on. Now we are going to move from number 6 to number 10. Question number 6. Samir reads the lessons to the blind boy. Option number 1. The lessons is read to the blind boy by Samir. B. The lessons are read to the blind boy by Samir. C. The lessons are read to the blind boy by Samir. And D. The lessons are reading to the blind boy by Samir. Right. So, take your time and let's let's think about it and give me your answer. And be careful, because the verb here is reads, which is in the simple present, and be careful with the verb, if it's regular or if it's irregular. So your answer is C. That's correct. So we have here the lessons are read. Smart choice. Good job. Here didn't choose is. Why? Because here we have in the end of it, we have the lessons, we have S, which is the plural. So the correct answer is this one, which is in the plural form, are read to the blind boy by Samir. Good job. Let's go now to number 7. "200 people have been invited to the wedding." And wedding, of course, here means marriage ceremony. Right. Be careful again. We have been. Option A. Is it they have been inviting 200 people to the wedding? B. They are inviting 200 people to the wedding? Or C. They invited 200 people to the wedding? Or D. They have invited 200 people to the wedding? Right. So, be careful here again, because you have to change the passive voice into the active one. So the correct answer is D. That's correct. Good job. Right. Let's move on now. Number 8. And you should know that in the passive voice, we have to bear in mind many rules. The main rule that you should memorize is that we have the verb to be plus the past participle of the verb. And you have to bear in mind this one too, difference between regular and irregular verbs. Okay then, let's move now to question number 8. The president's speech should convince the audience. A. The audience should convinced by the president's speech. B. The audience should be convinced by the president's speech. C. The audience should convincing by the president's speech. And D. The audience should convince by the president's speech. Of course, here the answer is B, which is the audience should be convinced. As you can see here, we have the situation of modal verbs. For example, we have should, we have could, may, must, have to, has to, and so on. And we should add here, we should write or add be right after the modal verb. Good job. Number 9. Kamal was playing chess all day. Do you like playing chess? Right, it's a good game. It develops your intelligent skills, and of course it gives you more opportunities to think in a logical way. Right, so if Kamal was playing chess all day, he's a good guy, he's an intelligent one. But let's have the options that we've got in order to change that into passive voice. Right, so chess was being played by Kamal all day. This is option A. B. Chess was being played by Kamal all day. C. Chess is being played by Kamal all day. And D. Chess were being played by Kamal all day. Before giving me the answer, can you guess here the rule that you are going to apply here? So of course the rule changes according to the tense that we've got. Here we have the past continuous form, as you have noticed. So the correct answer here is chess was being played by Kamal all day. Good job. Thumbs up. Good job, guys. Right? You're making good job. Now we've reached question number 10. My brother has just cleaned his bedroom. Option A. The bedroom has just been cleaned by my brother. Or B. The bedroom have just been cleaned by my brother. C. The bedroom has just been cleaned by my brother. Or D. The bedroom have just been cleaned by my brother. It's getting tough, I can see. But don't worry, if you know the rule, of course, you are going to give me the correct answer. So, what's your answer? Yeah, good job, right, it's C. But bedroom has just been cleaned by my brother. So, as you can see, we have has just, it's the present perfect simple of, the verb in the present perfect simple. So you change it, you just add been here, just rightly before just and the past participle of the verb. Right, good. All right then, so congratulations, you've reached the $32,000 milestone. Now we've reached the final stage of our game for today, and I can see that the scores are getting tough. Good, I like that. So let's have a look at this one. We have over 400 million people around the world speak English. You know that all our students want to speak English. They like it, they enjoy it, and they would like to talk or to speak in English in the right way. And of course, we are there. We are here to help you to achieve this objective, of course. Right. So as you can see, we have over 400 million people around the world speak English. Let's have a look at the options. Option A. English was spoken by over 400 million people around the world. B. English is spoken by over 400 million people around the world. C. English was being spoken by over 400 million people around the world. And D. English is being spoken by over 400 million people around the world. Right? So, what's the verb here? Verb speak. Just focus on the verb, and I'm sure you give me the right answer, which is right. It's B. It's English is spoken by over 400 million people around the world. So here the verb is in the simple present. So of course we have the verb is plus the past participle of the verb speak, which is an irregular verb. Right. Good job. Question number 12. Right. In question number 12, here we have the options first. We have 1. Several villages and cities are destroyed in Japan. B. Several villages and cities were destroyed in Japan. C. Several villages and cities were destroyed in Japan. And D. Several villages and cities are being destroyed in Japan. So these are the 4 options. But you have to tell me, this is the original sentence here. The tsunami destroyed several villages and cities in Japan. What is the verb here? It's destroyed, which is the verb in the simple past. Let's have a look. The answer is right. Several villages and cities were destroyed. So as you can see here, destroyed is in the past. So we have verb to be plus the past participle of destroy, which is irregular verb, of course. Right. Now let's move on now. Question number 13. Option A, we have here, first we have the company is going to employ 500 people this year. Which tense is that? That's it. This is future with going to, because you already studied difference between future simple or future with well and future with going to. So here we have future with going to. Let's see the 4 options first. We have A, 500 people employed this year by the company. B, 500 people are employed this year by the company. C, 500 people are being employed this year by the company. And D, 500 people are going to be employed by this year by the company. So, in your opinion, what's the correct answer? Is that your final answer? Because there is no U-turn here. Right. So, just check. That's it. Right. We have 500 people are going to be employed this year by the company because, you know, this is future with going to, and we added be here between going to and the past participle. And this is what the common point between future with going to and future with will is that we have be in between. So that's good. This is the correct answer. Good job. Question number 14. Susie and Jack have bought a new house. Option A, a new house, all right, it's here just, it's the same thing, a new car or a new house has been bought by Susie and Jack. A new car have been bought by Susie and Jack. C, a new car is being bought by Susie and Jack. And D, a new car has been bought by Susie and Jack. Be careful again difference between being and being, and have a look on the tense of the verb over here, which is have bought. She's in the present, perfect, simple. All right. So give me your answer now. Ready? Ready over there? Let's do it. Right, that's it. It's A. A new car has been bought by Susie and Jack. This is the correct answer, and good job, and you're doing well. Right. You are so close. You are so close to the 1 million question, right? And don't worry. Take your time while answering and try, of course, this game with your friends, with your relatives, in order to learn English and in order to show yourselves first that you've mastered this lesson. Right, let's move on now. This is a challenging question. This is the $1 million question. And it ends with a question. Let's have a look here. Why do you drive your car so fast? Why do you drive your car so fast? It's different, right? So, let's have a look at the options that you've got. We have 1. Why was your car driven so fast? B. Why is your car driven so fast? C. Why has your car been driven so fast? And D. Why is your car driving so fast? Any idea about that? Can you guess? Because there is no U-turn here. Either you win or you lose. And this is live, of course. All right then. So you gave me the answer. Is it A? Is it B, C, or D? And be careful concerning the rule or the tense of the verb. So the correct answer is B. That's it. It's why is your car driven so fast? Here, why do you choose B? Because we have do you drive? We have here do, which is an indicator of the one which shows us that this one is the verb, is in the present. So if we have the verb in the present, we use is or are or am. So this is the correct answer, and thus you've won. Congratulations, you've won the $1 million. This is the question of $1 million. You've won it, and you've learned so many things in this game. And of course, I hope that's it. You've won $1 million. So get your bags and put them here and take your money with you, right? Okay, so these green dollars, as you can see there. Right, so of course, I hope you have enjoyed my game, and I hope that you play it with your friends, you play it with your family, you practice English using this kind of games, because you know English is always fun, and we're trying as teachers to